Welcome back. We are here to talk about a new update from Xbox. They just dropped a Xbox podcast that I didn't know they had. Their official Xbox podcast that came out
talking
on
about
video.
much on there.
Yeah, probably not. It's actually a pretty good podcast, pretty well produced. And basically what they were doing in the whole podcast scenario was talking through some new updates coming through Xbox. One of the key things that came out of this conversation was this new tool that they are in beta. They're testing right now that they're working towards bringing in is Xbox Copilot for gaming. This is an AI-driven assistant that is designed to enhance the gaming experience for Xbox players. This will feature things like personalized assistance. Copilot will offer tailored game recommendations, help facilitate seamless game setup, and provide coaching to improve player skills. They're going to have in-game support with contextual advice during gameplay. For example, in Overwatch, it can analyze your mistakes and suggest optimal hero selections. In Minecraft, it can guide crafting processes and locate materials. There's going to be, initially, it's going to be available through the Xbox mobile app, so it's going to be geared first for mobile gamers.
Okay.
Which I'm like, okay, I can see that. And then they're testing it with Xbox insiders in April with plans to expand it to multiple devices based on user feedback. Goal here is to reduce time spent on tasks like searching, downloading, updating games. Copilot can help you dive into gameplay more quickly and then give players autonomy. It's designed to not be intrusive, but allow players to control how and when to engage with the features, ensuring it enhances rather than disrupting the game experience. So they showed an example of when you're playing Overwatch where, like, if you die, you can say, oh my gosh, how did I die? And then the Copilot will respond with, oh, you died because Sombra hacked you, and therefore you should do this, this, and this. And then they showed in Minecraft where it's like you ask it basically what to do next in Minecraft as you're figuring out how to play the game, and it'll guide you and walk you through different aspects of the game. So having watched all this and seen some of the early videos and stuff like that, Jason, what do you think about Xbox Copilot for gaming?
I think the Copilot's good for, like Brett and I were talking about offline, is for like the multiplayer aspect. For example, I didn't play Overwatch until I met my girlfriend, and she got me into it, and I didn't know much about the game. The game's been out for however long, you know?
2016. That was one of the first big games we reviewed on the Inner Gamer podcast.
God damn, dude.
Yep.
And I played the, I did the tutorial and stuff like that, but I didn't understand all the characters, and I just wanted to jump in with her right then and there. So I can see someone like me jumping into a game that's been out since 2016, trying to understand and grasp the whole concept of it, because I'm jumping into it right then and there of the characters and stuff like that. That's fine. I think that's a reasonable request for an AI assistant. Hey, you probably should play this character instead of this character, you know, because I don't know all the characters. I don't know who's good against Mercy over Soldier 76 or like all those other characters. But when it comes down to the single player adventures, or like even prime example, they put Minecraft up there and the guy asks, hey, how do I make fucking wood planks? Go punch a tree. Like, that's a game that has a tutorial set for a reason, and I think it's babying people a little bit. Like,
yeah,
I see it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm also not saying it's a good thing. I think that should stay out of gaming, if you want me to be honest, like completely. Even with my example with Overwatch, I think that it still should be. If I'm passionate about it, I'll figure it out. Yeah. I think we are AI. I didn't think we were going to get to this point, but I think AI is getting a little too much now.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. When I was watching this trailer, like the idea of like AI inside of a game, I was like, okay, I could see maybe some kind of cool concept here. But then I was watching the video. The first thing I realized was that the lady that's leading this team, the AI initiatives for this, is very unaware of gamers. When I was listening to her talk, she's a casual gamer, honestly. She would be great to listen to our podcast. But the thing about her is she is building tools for gamers, but she does not know what gamers want or need. And it was very clear in her discussion and talk is that she's never been in gaming until this job.
Yep.
And then now she's learning about gaming, and she's been playing Stardew Valley, which is cool. Her kids showed her some games and stuff like that, but she is not a gamer.
Yeah.
She is very clearly not a gamer, and that's when you're building something for Xbox, for gamers, you need somebody in there that knows inherently at your core what all gamers want. And there's a lot of misstep here, I think, with like, this is going to be great for like kids coming in and that need some guidance and tools, and you don't have to go around scouring the internet for different things and whatnot, like, you know, to find out how to play. But I think this is almost too much like training wheels for gamers, in that part of the reason why I play a game is for the challenge and for the fun. And that's how a lot of people play the game, is for the challenge.
I feel like that old man. Fuck AI,
I know,
you know?
right?
Like,
Yeah.
fuck the internet, you know, all that other jazz.
Back in my day, I used to walk 15 miles in the snow, you know?
I walked to CVS and looked at a Game Informer to get those fucking cheat codes, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think this AI tool can be used properly for cheaters.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, to point out actual people that are using cheats in like Overwatch.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's what they should be focusing on.
Yeah, have it identify like the AI is watching the screen of the player, and it's like, oh, this guy's clearly cheating.
This guy's
Let's,
clearly
like,
cheating.
kick him
He's
out,
shot
you
through
know?
the fucking wall. He's kicked like automatically. Like 100%, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
But for like guiding me through something, why am I even playing the game?
Yeah. I like the idea of like helping assist you in like getting your game up and running and updated and stuff like that.
100%. That's
like I could see there, and I could also see some AI being useful in Xbox to be like, what do I want to play today, AI?
Nothing,
like,
because there's nothing on Xbox to play.
Sure. Well, yeah, but it would give you like AI recommendations based off of like your past game experiences and stuff like that. There's some cool value there. And, you know, in a game, I mean, maybe at some point it'd be not, I mean, I do look up guides and stuff on the internet, so that would minimize the need to go seek out some of those guides. But I think it's a little too intrusive of a system in the game. And it's also, this is not something that will be useful in a co-op or multiplayer experience, because you're not going to sit there and be like, hey, AI, while I'm sitting there talking to Jason and Austin in a game Discord, you know, it's like, we're not going to be doing that, you know? So this is designed for like an isolated, more singular player experience. And
okay, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
But I can see in the multiplayer aspect that it can be useful, right?
Yeah, when you're just yourself.
When it's just
playing
yourself.
in the
But I mean, okay. Yeah, but even when you're with people, I mean, people are already going to tell you what you're fucking up on.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need AI for that. I can tell you that much. I played a lot of Rivals and realized that. But I feel like it can be useful in that aspect, but I get what you're saying. Like, if you're playing by yourself and you want some advice and you are introverted and have no friends to ask, and you can do that. But
I could see there being a value if it was treated differently, where it's not like as you're playing the game, it's giving you recommendations, but instead it's like I would love to see a post-match analysis that was like, hey, here's this match, here's the things you did right, here's the things you did wrong, here's how you can make it better next time. Because I think in like
actually pull up the replay for you and be like, this is where you fucked up at, and circle it.
Something like that, yeah. Because like, you know, in Rocket League, I think that would be super beneficial, because like there's stuff that I do all the time that I know is wrong, that I can't break the habit out of, you know, of like I go too far forward and the ball just like flies over my head, and it's like, well, why did I go this far forward? I should have stayed back, you know, waited for the ball to come in. So like things like that, it's like recognizing my faults and being able to recommend and suggest like, here's the 3 things you should do to make your next game experience better. I think there could be some value there. Like when we were at DreamHack, I signed up for this thing, which unfortunately never worked, but it was a Counter-Strike coaching tool. And
I remember
that. Yeah. So I downloaded it, set it up, did all the things I had to do for it, and I played a match. And then it was supposed to basically like download the match and then provide like an overview of like, here's how you played, and like tell you how to play the game better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that stuff makes sense. But like in the game as you're playing it, I didn't like how it made me feel like I was like, it kind of made me think the gamers are stupid. It's kind of like the reaction that I'm getting is like they think we're dumb, and it's like we need to give them all this stuff to help them. And I'm like, that's not the case. That's not what people, I feel like, want. I think they would love recommendations, you know, like in Dark Souls, like I love in like certain games, like if the game gets too hard over time, they come and recommend you like, hey, you fucked up like 3 times, like let's lower the difficulty. Like stuff like that is like give me an AI integration that's a nice to have. Whereas like this is just too much of impeding the game experience that I don't really care to have. I want it to come in at different times after the match is over, or whatever, or send me recommendations for the next gameplay of like, before you start this game, here's what you should do.
Especially the downtime, to give you advice that much.
Yeah.
Advice during downtime. Like if you go down in Overwatch, they tell you, hey, go to this character because you did this and this and this. Are you really going to listen to it? Like, are you really going to fucking...
I mean, probably, but do I need that? I mean,
what I really think with gaming, with AI, where it should matter is the gameplay. I think AI should be incorporated into the game itself.
Oh, yeah.
Like with a single player adventure and stuff like that, like figuring out your movements. I got an article just recently where someone's fighting a boss and it's is run off of AI, so it's following your movements. It knows what you're about to do, and you have to change it up and fight that. That's what I want to see. I want to see more difficult things. I don't want training wheels.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely a misstep on their part of like trying to provide
a service that
of
really
access, and they want accessibility for all these games, sure, but like I don't think that's the wrong use of the resources, I believe. And I think the resources are better spent on like making discoverability easier, making it, I mean, really at the end of the day, it's like put your resources towards like trying to figure out how to get rid of shader optimization again, like
talk to AI about that.
I was reading about that, and there was people were saying that the reason why that's back and that's becoming such a problem is that games are so visually like demanding and stuff. It takes long for those shaders to be optimized for your machine. So I was like, okay, I get that, but man, I pulled up what was it? Oh, I was pulling up Avowed the other day. I was going to jump back into Avowed.
I was just watching our podcast about that one.
I sat there for 5 minutes waiting for shaders to optimize, and they never optimized, so I just quit. I was like, I'm not going to sit here and wait 5 more minutes for this thing to eventually load. And then Fracpunk at one point took a while to optimize its shaders, and I'm just like, man, these are taking forever now. And I was reading up on like how to make it better, and it's like even if you get a new graphic card, it's not going to make it much better, because it's still, at the end of the day, it's like there's certain graphic cards that games are designed to optimize the shaders more efficiently. But it's a model you buy. It's not necessarily that's a more powerful one. It's just that certain manufacturers.
Are you fucking serious?
Job. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So like you're really not going to get better with it, and that's frustrating. So it's just it seemed like it wasn't a problem other than Call of Duty, and all of a sudden it's like every game has it. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah,
down with the shader optimization.
Down with the shaders. Like I don't know. I'm so concerned with that with my PC. Like whenever I have to get a new graphics card, I'm gonna need your guys' help because I have no fucking idea. But like,
they're so expensive. That's the hard part too.
Yeah, they're almost
like
price of a fucking console,
they
dude.
Are the price
I'm like,
of a console now.
I can just easily get a console and be fine,
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a tough one. But yeah, I don't know. This whole idea is.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to be utilized as much as the PlayStation cards on PlayStation, because. Like you said, you use it when we were offline or Astrobot to find like hidden things and stuff like that. I don't think gamers are going to use this that much. I think they're going to use it for the same thing, to find like, hey, where's this fucking hidden flag in Assassin's Creed? I need to find it. It's my last one. Oh, it's over here. I think it's a waste of time and effort, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah. Well, they say it's designed for, they're bringing it out to mobile first. I can see it work on a mobile environment because I feel like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like if you're a mobile gamer, like you are potentially more casual, but may need more guidance and support there. And it's like, it's a different gaming mentality. But if you're like playing on a standard console system or whatever, like I feel like we are, I just never would have thought that like I play games to have fun and be challenged. I never would have thought I would want AI in my game, like to help me,
to help you play the game.
If I'm going to do that, I'm just going to drop it to easy mode and like knock through it. But I'm like I don't want to have that guidance in that experience. I want it in my work life to make my work life easier, not to make my gaming where I'm relaxing and chilling to be easier or supported in that way.
I'm on the same same with you about this, but what I want is a little bit different. I want AI to make the game more difficult for me. I want it to like know how I'm playing and like fucking try to go up against me type stuff. Like with Assassin's Creed, if I'm hunting someone down, I want the AI to realize that type thing, you know?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So I don't understand this.
I think some games have that now where they're starting to put that in where it's like if the game is getting too easy or too hard, it's starting to like dynamically modify the difficulty to
make it difficult but not too difficult.
Right.
You know what I mean? Find that balance where I'm like, I get that moment where like, oh fuck, that was stressful, but I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like that idea for sure. But yeah, just an overlay to help us, you know, it's just kind of, so again, it's just, I think it goes back to with the lady was very clearly, I don't remember her name, but she just was so far removed from, like, I looked at her, I'm like, this is a fake gamer kind of person, which, I mean, I feel bad saying that because, I mean, I feel like we are an audience. We are a podcast that we cater to all the gamers out there. I mean, our goal is to cater towards a casual gamer, which would be her. But if you're building these tools, you can't have a casual gamer. You need a real, true, diehard, dedicated gamer that knows the fan base, knows the history, knows all the things that they want and need and desire. Like, you need to know that audience really, really well. And just her talking was just like not aware of that.
No. So, I think, like you said, this AI tool would be good to use for how to download a game, right? How to like properly, or even how to properly
like
optimize it, troubleshoot it, optimize it. Do I need to do performance mode? Do I need to do this? Is it all calibrated correctly? Or like what game to play next? Like, I'm used to playing this and this and this. Well, I think you would enjoy this one. Yeah. You know, I can see that being very well like time spent, but like even time saver features, I'm good with that too, because like it gets annoying looking for things, but to like tutorial style stuff,
yeah.
Why are you even playing the game?
I mean, we'll see how it develops as time goes on. They're going to bring it out to insiders in April, and I mean, what they showed us was just a proof of concept, so maybe it's going to evolve and change as time plays out, and it might get more useful or whatever. But and I'm sure there's going to be a way to limit like how much it gives you and stuff. But
the Minecraft video sent me over that.
They were like, they turn on cheats, and then they were like, where do I find, the guy was like, where do I find ore? And they're like, it's to your right. Well, and you're like, you go to the right, it's like literally right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Well, what's so bad is like it warned them beforehand, which was nice. It was just like, you can't do this unless you activate cheats, and he did. But yeah, like you said, it was right there to his right. Yeah. It was just like, just enjoy it. You know, enjoy.
That's part of the fun of Minecraft is the exploration.
That's the whole point of the game.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to tell me where everything is, and it's like, well, I'm missing out on half of what the game's all about, you know? I mean, I will say Minecraft, when it launched, it had no tutorial. When I first played it, like it was just a Java application you downloaded online. There was nothing to tell you how to play the game. So it was like, it wasn't even obvious that like how you do the crafting and stuff like that. So that is something where it's like, okay, I can see that benefit in some
wouldn't
cases.
Wouldn't that be bad on the developer?
100%.
You know
I mean, that's where it comes down to.
Would this like lead to developers being even more
lazy
about shit? Like, oh, don't worry, they got that fucking AI thing that'll tell them how to play the game. I don't have to input this.
That'll be coming next for sure.
Fuck, dude. Might as well watch a TV show and just be good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, anyway, well, that is our discussion on Xbox Copilot for gaming. If you watched that video or have any thoughts on the AI coming to gaming and how they're approaching it, let us know in the comments below. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? What would you like to see this AI integration do for us in the gaming world? Love to hear your thoughts.
Or different things that AI can be incorporated into.
Yeah, exactly.